Capítulo 2. Puerto de Darkwater. Pierce toma el caso Hawkins. La artista maldita ha sido acusada de provocar el incendio que mató a su familia, incluida ella. La única pista es una perturbadora pintura que le dejó a su padre. En la etiqueta de envío figura la dirección de un almacén situado en la isla de Darkwater. Este lugar parece ser el punto de partida de la investigación de Pierce.
Almost there.
Y ya hemos llegado.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload.
Hombre, no, si te parece yo que soy el detective me voy a poner a cargar cajas. Para eso no te pago.
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Vamos a ver qué ha pasado aquí.
Hey, Sullivan, the same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops.
The blood is just beginning to
Medicina.
coagulate. It died a short time ago. Killer whales have few predators. And there are no sharks in these waters. What creature could possibly have done this?
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine. Hey, be careful.
Donde voy triunfo, ¿no? Uy, la gente rara.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure rises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
You don't dare say a thing because you respect their memory. But that doesn't mean that you don't have a lot on your mind.
You're not a PI for nothing. Okay. I don't know what it's worth, though. But Mrs. Hawkins, she went to see her doctor very often.
She was sick.
Ah, I shouldn't have mentioned it to you. Forget it.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
Pues
That'll
nada,
be all for now.
sin más de beber, me marcho.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
Vamos a ver si por ahí hay algo. Da igual, me
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
No quiero salir todavía.
The girl doctor. Cold.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
La Saloma, 21 de mayo de 1847. Pesca milagrosa. El Escila regresa a Puerto para salvar Darkwater del hambre. Habíamos perdido la esperanza, la tripulación del Escila, o lo que queda de ella, retornó al puerto de Darkwater la tarde del martes. Los lugareños acudieron a la carrera a los muelles para dar bienvenida a los últimos balleneros de la isla y quedaron estupefactos al contemplar la asombrosa captura que la valiente embarcación traía a bordo. El cetáceo, superior en tamaño incluso a las formidables ballenas dentadas, llenaba toda la cubierta hasta el punto de rebosar en parte por las bordas, lo que explica perfectamente el apelativo por el que ya se le conoce, la pesca milagrosa. Los supervivientes relataron una aterradora historia sobre una peligrosa travesía, pero también cantaron las excelencias de la carne de la criatura, inigualable por su calidad y sus innumerables beneficios en materia de nutrición. Es indudable que el extraordinario tamaño de la ballena permitirá alimentar a muchos de los habitantes de Darkwater y pondrá fin a la hambruna que padecía la isla. En otro orden de cosas, almacén en alquiler. El señor Max pone su almacén en alquiler a partir de junio para actividades pesqueras, como taller o espacio de almacenaje. Los interesados pueden ponerse en contacto con él a través de su periódico favorito o ir a visitarlo en los muelles. Velada especial en la Ballena Varada. Para celebrar el regreso a casa de nuestros valientes balleneros, todo el personal de la Ballena Varada les invita a una degustación excepcional y totalmente gratuita. Vengan con su familia y amigos a probar la deliciosa carne de la pesca milagrosa. Todos los asistentes se llevarán además una botella de aceite, así que no lo duden. Pues vaya.
Won't stop asking. Not that again. She will get us into trouble. I know.
Hola, señor.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
El Necronomicon, sí.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
Así que esa fue la última.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Y creo que ya está, que no nos dejamos nada, salvo la gente rarita esta de la esquina. Hola, gente rara.
What you looking at, stranger?
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
It was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
Pues nada. La rarita quiere estar sola. No, no puedo forzarla, cachis. Pues sale, vámonos a hablar con el capitán. ¡Capitán! ¿Dónde está usted? No, es un pescador. ¿Capitán? No. Capitán, no me ha dejado solo aquí en este pueblo de locos, ¿no? Uy, ahí está.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned. I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got.
Carta amenazante. Capitán, los términos de nuestro acuerdo están bien claros. Mantener a sus hombres bajo control. Provocarnos es un lujo que no puede permitirse. No hace falta que responda a este mensaje. Límites a pagar a su portador. Cat. ¡Qué miedo! A ver, ¿qué más te puedo cisar por aquí? Una puerta.
Fishing equipment.
Aparejos de pesca.
Could do with some rust remover. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. The Scylla.
El Escila.
It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Otro libro de medicina. Antes de hablar con él, quiero conocerlo a fondo. A fondo.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
En esta fotografía, un hombre que se parece al capitán Fitzroy posa en el puente de un barco. Tiene una pata de palo. Ahí no hay nada.
What a macabre souvenir.
Una pata de palo, sí. Ahora ya no la necesita. Le ha crecido una pierna. No, capitán, creo que... te tengo. Hola, señor.
I brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Solo unas pocas fechas son legibles aún, 1890, 1907 y una última medio borrada. El resto del documento está tachado. ¿Quién tendría interés en ocultar esta información? Yo seguro que no. Y ya se ha ido, joder, sí que corre. Ah, hola, hola señor. ¿Esta será la otra puerta? Sí. Todo comunica. Hay que asegurarse de las cosas.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
I examined its wounds. I know of no creature able to cause them.
And I took you for a detective.
Believe me when I say that these wounds are significant.
Come, come. You've only just arrived on Darkwater, and already you think like a sailor.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Vale.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I shall be on my
Vamos para
way.
allá.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Ganas un punto de poder. De personaje. A ver esto cómo está. Uy, ahí se mueve gente. Tú no quieres hablar, ¿no? Oh, no, hay un coche que me impide pasar. Por aquí. Uy, ¿qué es eso?
A handle. It must come from these old winches.
A ver, coño.
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. This ratchet device seems to be usable.
No sé si me servirá aquí o no.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
Claro, la idea sería llegar ahí arriba y para llegar ahí arriba habría que subir por una escalera.
I could use this old winch to lift the...
Algo falta, claro. A ver, por mucho que yo de aquí vueltas, aquí no está el engranaje. Esto no va a funcionar. Es así de sencillo. Vale, vamos para abajo. Bueno, pues habrá que subir luego un poco la percepción, a ver qué tal. Esto se subía desde aquí. Vale, ya hemos subido un punto de percepción. Ya somos más perceptivos. Vale, validado. ¿Ahora qué? ¿Ahora qué? No, sigo sin ver nada. Esto está cerrado.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
These wounds. I know of no animal that could have inflicted them.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble.
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
El turista.
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
You and I are on the same side of the law.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to know the truth behind this case.
Are you saying our work was not up to snuff?
Algo así.
Forget it.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Vale. Qué yuyu de gente, la verdad. Usted tiene cara de mala gente.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the navigator.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to Darkwater?
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Vale, ¿y qué figura de qué estatua, qué polla en vinagre?
Serious problems with you know who.
I bet that you hid them somewhere in your... How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Vale. Aquí todo el mundo es muy contento. Está muy contento, es muy feliz. Happy, happy. Uy, se rellena, qué bien. Probemos que lo de la estatua del patrón, que yo no veo por ningún lado. Es su casa. Eso es un carro. Esos son cangrejos. Vale, ahí está. ¿Tú no hablas? Pues pesca, pesca. Vale. ¡Ah! Me han pintarrajeado. Ahí.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. Looks like Phoenician, or a very primitive runic script. I've never seen anything like it.
Uy, todo está cerrado. Y por ahí no hemos visto nada. Uy, aquí hay una puerta. Ah, bueno, la fuerza automáticamente, qué guay.
There.
Eso sí.
Hello, old friend.
Botella de licor y ya está. ¿Ya está? ¿Se entró aquí para una botella de alcohol? Borracho. Voy con un mechero. ¿Cómo se apaga el mechero? Eso para un lado, eso para otro. Ajá, vale. Así se agacha uno. Así... no, vale. Esa es la cámara.
Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
A ver.
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes.
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope you had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
Now, we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
Gentlemen, you have a problem.
What? Who do you take yourself for, stranger?
Your boss is very unhappy with your work.
Oh, yeah? You're bluffing.
She said those knuckleheads are incapable of staying at their post.
Darn it.
You think he's telling the truth?
We'll find out. Prove that you really know, Cat.
It's risky to question my word. I wouldn't like you to get cut with a certain Italian knife.
Okay. You've convinced us.
And it's she who sent you? What do you want from us?
I thought I made it clear. I have to take a look inside the Hawkins warehouse. Leave me alone, and I'll put in a good word for you with Cat.
Okay, it's a deal.
Voy a ver si hay algo más por aquí antes de entrar dentro. Escaleras rotas. Ah, vale, que está aquí.
Let's see. Perfect. Oh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Pero primero tendré que... No hay pruebas, no hay cosas en sí. A ver, vamos a enseñar un poco.
The glass is shattered, like someone smashed it. Was it before or after the removal of these bandages? Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins? What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
Parece que no hemos terminado.
It smells as bad as it looks. Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? Can't sleep. I know how that feels.
Y creo que ya está. No veo que haya nada más raro. Pues salgamos de la reconstrucción. Hombre, lo que menos tiene es elocuencia ahora mismo este hombre. Lugares de oculto. Pistas, pistas, pistas. Y de conocimiento también tenemos un poco de todo. Pues nada, habrá que salir de aquí ya.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
It's clear that you knew the victims. I'm sorry to dig up bad memories.
I can still see the poor child lying burned on the floor of their drawing room. We had to tear him off. The marks must still be there. They're in my mind anyway.
It's horrendous. I'm going to need your experience to bring him justice, Officer Bradley. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it.
It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again.
Hola, Kat.
This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building?
Hasta allí.
That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.